Hey everybody, this is B from Kongs R Us, and welcome to The Next Level. This is my weekly podcast show where we bring you next level things, guests, community members, or just random stories of events that we've been at. And man, do I have a lot of things to share about my time at CES 2023. It really was a special time for me to go to CES. It was my very first one that I've ever went to. I did have a blast. Huge shout out to Console Kits, Justin, who was my partner in crime, helping me just get around, kind of experience it. We had a lot of random food together and just hung out, but we also got to see some really cool, exciting things. I took a lot of pictures, some videos. Haven't really had time to put all that together, but I thought it would be fun to just take a trip down memory lane to show you my experience at CES 2023. And hopefully you guys will find it entertaining. I do have some more footage behind the scenes of my time at the Arcade1Up booth, if that's what you're looking for. Sorry, not the booth, the room, the secret room. So I have some B-roll of the actual cabinets themselves that I haven't really spliced together yet, but we'll do it all today here. And it's been a while since I've been able to do a live stream format where I'm speaking to you in the comfort of my house. It's been a couple of weeks, so it feels a little bit weird getting back into the chair. I have a new chair, if you didn't realize. It's an Andaseat gaming chair. No free plug because I already did a video for them, but it's a comfy chair. And the reason why I bring it up is because as soon as I reviewed this new gaming chair by Andaseat, replaced my Secret Lab chair. I don't know if it's fully replacement. One of the funnest things we did at CES, funnest things, is that a word? Was actually looking at chairs, aka massage chairs. And so if you saw in the title of the video, we actually had a good time. And I'm obsessed with this company that actually does gaming chairs slash massage chairs, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But anyways, thank you all so much for being here in the chat. Stupid Fat Hobbit is here. JT Brunick here. Damien, deal with it. These intros. Hey, man, I like my intro song, Damien. I think it's pretty fun. It gets me hype. What's up, Mike? OTG, what's going on? Novasonic is here. El Capitan. Wasn't expecting this today. Yeah, I normally try to stream Thursdays around this time. So I have to be more consistent. I've been terrible about letting people know that I'm going to be streaming. Says I'm really busy at work and I'm just like, am I going to get time to do this? And I have to commit a little bit sooner rather than later. So thank you for being here. Raf Khan is here. Thank you so much. Bill Wright is ready for some next level. Langs is here. Ghost D, y'all need to know what adult stuff you saw there. And we're all adults. This is all made for adults. I don't think I saw a single kid at CES, so you never know. Casino Cades for life. Billy Wright is here. 36D, did I eat sushi in Vegas? That I did. 360. And I should have taken more pictures, but I really didn't. Oh my goodness, Pop Rock's video podcast is here. Pop Rocks is one of a local guys to me here. So Pop Rocks, I eventually would love to have you on the channel. If you don't know who Pop Rocks is, he does some great content as well. Pretty new-ish to the Arcade1Up scene making content, but Emporium was awesome. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on as well. Mega Man is here. Long and Low says he wants that massage chair. Oh man, we tried out a couple of different massage chairs. And EJ, my man, I'm sorry we didn't get to hang out in Vegas. Next time we go to Emporium, man, we definitely got to hang out because funny enough, when I was at Emporium and there was all these video games and classic retro games, they had an SF2, they had a Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I challenged somebody in BC2 and I beat him and then he didn't come back. And then I had literally nobody to play with. So I know EJ would have given me a run for my money. So I got to connect with you next time we're there. Angelo, oh my goodness. Angelo P was also another person that we met up in Vegas. I think I have some pictures and video of us. Angelo, we had a good time, right? I hope you did. And it was great hanging out with you. Dan T is here. He remembers us at the booth of the massage chair. The adult stuff is a different type of gaming chair. All right, the sushi there is so good. The real Zim is here. And don't forget about that foot making machine. Okay, so Angelo, you're giving away all the secrets of what we're going to talk about on the show. Okay, Angelo? But that's cool. So a lot of times it was me, Justin, and Angelo hanging out. It's funny that CES I've heard about for years, and I have a lot of personal friends and even family that have gone to CES over the years, but I've never gotten access to go because one, I'm not part of the industry at all, and two, I never really had the desire to even go or know about it. Like CES is still a new phenomenon to me. The first time I ever heard about CES was back when I was shopping for OLED TVs. And when I got my first LG OLED TV back in 2016 or 2015, I want to say. That's when I started looking at like, oh, you should wait until the next CES. And I was like, oh, what is this show? So for me, CES is only about 7 years old in my brain because that's when I started paying attention to it from a, hey, LG TVs. That's the thing I was searching for when I was looking at CES. And then when I got into the home arcade hobby, I was like, oh, there's arcade and gaming stuff here. And then the 2020 version of CES right before the pandemic hit was that big CES where the Arcade1Up booth was there, showing off the pinballs for the first time. There was At Games and all those other, I don't know if At Games was there, but the other companies were there, Choice Sock, etc., iArcade. That was like the pivotal moment of home arcade at CES. And over the years, especially the last 2 years, there really wasn't much arcade gaming presence at CES. So I feel like I missed the boat on going to CES for the home arcade niche that we're in now. But I was like, the reason why I went was because I got a digital content creator pass for free essentially because of the channel. So thank you so much for the channel growth for everybody that's been following. I was just excited to even put my badge information in or my channel information to see if I would qualify. And the fact that I got accepted into CES to get a comped badge was a big deal to me. So I was like, I really want to go just to experience it. I don't care if there's no home arcade companies. In fact, like honest to God truth, I had zero idea that Arcade1Up was gonna be anywhere in Vegas before I went. And so I'm not trolling. When I was at John D's office like in December and he said we'll have a small presence, for CES. I thought he said small presence for CES like they would make an announcement. I didn't think they were physically gonna be there and I never pressed him on clarifying what he meant. And I was just like, okay, they're not going to be at CES. And that was it because we did lots of other things that night, including bowling, which I won, had a few drinks, but I didn't press them. And I was like, all right, I'm still going to go. I'm going to figure it out. And so I bought my plane ticket, was scheduled to go, got the hotel once Justin committed. And it really wasn't until the announcements of the casino Cade came out that like, oh crap, they are gonna have some presence there. So this was completely like my bad that I missed that. So I was like, okay, so now we'll have something to do. Um, and again, CES for me, when I plan trips, if you notice the Chicago trip that we did, I love planning out my agenda from morning to night. Like I like to know exactly what I'm doing. And the fact that I didn't know Arcade1Up was going to be there or even what to expect at CES, I did not have my game plan set. I didn't have that, mindset of like, here's where we're going to go, what we're going to do. In fact, Cyrus, who was there on site, was my point of contact to schedule an appointment. I had to schedule an appointment to get into the Arcade1Up booth and ask, the room, what time it was. But the problem was when we were telling him that we're on our way, I couldn't get my appointment time ahead of schedule. Like I was flying into Vegas Thursday night a week ago, and Cyrus was probably already busy meeting with other folks. The CNET interview happened about a week ago. And I give credit to Cyrus because I'm sure he was down handling a lot of things, but he wasn't great at communicating back at me. So I felt like I was bugging him too much. I felt bad, but like Friday morning comes along, and I was like, I gotta know if we're even gonna meet you today, get into the room. So it wasn't even until Friday morning where I confirmed the time of us being able to meet up with Cyrus, which was at 5 p.m. And then we asked if we could stream. And so all day on Friday, I had to carry my backpack, 25 pounds of equipment around Vegas and CES just so that we can stream last Friday. So I'm jumping ahead just to kind of share some of that experience. But my planning of going to CES in the first place wasn't related to Arcade1Up. It was really to experience Vegas and CES at a whole. So I wanted to just kind of put out the disclaimer, but what I wanted to show was, just some of the footage and pictures and video that I took during CES so that I can showcase, everything else that I saw, all the cool crap that I saw happened. I did a lot in that first day, and it was a pretty freaking awesome experience. So that's my quick little story here. So just jumping in, that's amazing. Question: did you ever get to play and check out the casino Cade? No, I did not. So I don't know. Here's my honest was like, I don't know if I trust Cyrus that it actually really wasn't, on a tour. What if it was just in a closet somewhere and they couldn't let us see it? So no, I'm kidding. Like, I just thought it was very suspicious that they said it was on a press tour where, like, if you have a brand new product and you're showcasing it, I don't this is like the first time I've ever heard of, like, say PS5 was just released and it was a secret thing and you had press come in to watch it. I, as a company, wouldn't just be like, "Here, take my new PS5 wherever you want to and review it and do with it," without me watching it like a hawk 24/7. So, you know, good story at the time to kind of say that it was on a press tour, but I don't understand how it wouldn't be in your sight the entire time, you managing it in case something happened, somebody stole it or something. So, I was disappointed, honestly, that the Casino Cade wasn't there. Maybe it wasn't ready for a prime time for us to do a deep dive review of it or whatnot. Um, that was just all. I just kind of reflected afterwards. It was like, was it really on a press tour? Why would it go on a press tour if it's literally the only one in existence? And you wouldn't invite people to come here, like you had to take it to different places. I don't know. I'm not in the marketing side, and just for me, it felt a little bit surreal that that was the answer of why we couldn't see it. I really wanted to play with it, but we couldn't find the Casino Cade at the end of the day. Longilla says CM is amazing, but it takes days to see everything. I think that's the other one that is like the TV convention. So I gotta definitely check that one out. Okay. Octoman says they definitely hit it because you know your guys are gonna dissect it. For sure. Yeah, that's true. No, I Arcade was not at CES. And CFB, congrats on getting Johnny Cage to jump your bandwagon. Octoman, thank you for the $5 super chat. It says they definitely hit it from you guys. You're gonna find Comet 100%. I think so. I'm just speculating and teasing. I don't think Cyrus watches my channel frequently as much as other people, anyways. But yeah, I bet it was just hidden in the back room somewhere. And they didn't want us to really look at. But he did tell me early on in the day. He told me right in the morning when I was texting him and I was, getting internally frustrated that I didn't have my schedule planned out. I asked him to send me a picture of the cabinets to say, hey, can you send me a picture for the thumbnail for the stream? And I said, oh, he sent me the picture that's a thumbnail. And I asked, can I get a picture with the Casino Cade in it so that way it shows everything? So he told me in the morning already that it was not there all day. So I was like, shoot, okay, it's not going to be there. So that for a whole day, even if he did press interviews and other things too, I guess he had to do it without the Casino Cade there, which is really unfortunate. I bet if he had other interviews and it really was out of the room, I think that's one of the main reasons people would want to go see the booth or meet them in the room, is to see stuff like that. So again, maybe we didn't have preview information to see it, but it's all speculation at this point, right? We don't know what we don't know. All right. SEMA's for the auto industry. Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. The only video you've ever seen of the Casino Cade is still CNET. You know, that's really true. I registered for E3 now as a media content creator. If you haven't gone before, you should. Thanks, Long and Low. I have been to E3 once as a guest of a friend who got me into the industry. And so E3 is another one of those industry events that you could only get invited previously. And then he started having a public version of that event. So I went and I cosplayed as Cloud and was walking around, which is pretty cool. And that was fun to do E3 a couple years ago. So yeah, I have done E3. I do plan on trying to get media passes to go this year. I definitely want to go check it out. Octoman says when they saw me in console kits inspecting the Pac-Man can, they were like, whew. Yeah, I would have been fun to check out the Casino Cade in general. So I really would have loved to have tested it out. I think the CNET videos were decent to give us a glimpse of it, but I wanted to test out the touchscreen. You know, if I had to guess, and this is pure speculation on why they wouldn't have wanted maybe somebody that's close to these products doing like a product review or a preview, because the CNET video was very was decent from a high level overview. But if I've ever gotten access to like the preview cabinet like I did with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I took a ton of B-roll, I was testing out stuff. I don't think I saw in the CNET video that the UI was completely ready. Like, I think they had to put things together pretty quickly and have a demo version of it working. But I would suspect that maybe the interface wasn't completely ready to go, and they didn't want people like moving the UI to see all and scroll through all the games and test out every single piece of it. So since it was then that level of prototyping, demoing, maybe that's why they didn't want us to like take B-roll and pictures and video and judging it at that level of quality, that they knew that we would. So that's only my speculation as like one of the reasons why maybe they didn't want us to kind of look at it. And that's all I can say. I mean, I was trying to ask, like, is it really on a tour? I was asking Cyrus the rest of the weekend too. Well, I didn't try to bug him too much afterwards. I was like, if we find it, if it comes back, can we come back another day, Saturday or Sunday? But I didn't want to press on, just that relationship and be like, can we go? Can we go? Can we go? But I know it's hard to believe that it was on a press tour. So that's all I'm going to say about it. So I don't see how you would release and promote a product and not have it in your site the whole time and just trust that it would be around. Sounds a little suspect, but that's just some skepticism in me. But I am appreciative of the opportunity to have gone there and check it out. They weren't ready. John D did not lie to you. He merely one-upped you. It's 100% my bad that I didn't, confirm and check in with John specifically what he meant by like low or small presence at CES. That was just my assumption. I shouldn't be assuming. Okay, so let's walk through CES as a whole and walk you kind of through my experience of going to CES. So here I am. And the first thing I see when I get off the airplane at the airport, lo and behold, is a Wheel of Fortune. I was like, yeah, these things are everywhere. I think Justin used a really good analogy that in terms of slot machines, the Wheel of Fortune is like the Pac-Man of slot machines. Like it's literally in every casino, and it's literally almost every 10 feet you would run into a Wheel of Fortune machine. This game is so iconic in terms of slot machines in the various versions they've had over the years. The big round circle, you can just look across a casino, and when you see that little rainbow circle, like that's a Wheel of Fortune machine. And if you've ever played one, it's addicting because they actually get to that bonus wheel. I don't know what the algorithm is, but I've gotten the bonus wheel pretty quickly while I'm playing, and it's addicting trying to get into that bonus spin wheel. So that was the very first thing that I saw. And yeah, it was fun. I was like, hey, look, I found a casino, Cade. It looks pretty good. Found a row of them in the casino. In the airport. Already they're getting to you. So Wheel of Fortune definitely was a good first choice for a casino Cade. I don't know how many they'll do. I like the Party Cade versions that they had. We'll see if they continue them out. But yeah, this was the casino Cade version. All right. So here is, let me get in here. I was meeting up with Justin.
About to meet Justin, console kids pretty soon. Let's make sure we go find him.
Yeah, so I was trying to like document, and I didn't know if I was going to make this a video. And I was like, all right, let's document me trying to find console kits and being like, all right, let's go do this. So I started taking selfies and was like,
no,
I was like, I saw anybody with glasses.
He's supposed to be around here somewhere.
Was like, hey,
where is he?
Is that console kits? Is that console kits? And then I was waiting at the terminal baggage drop because he flew in on Frontier and I was on a different airline. So I was like, Justin, I'll meet you at the Frontier baggage claim section. And so I don't know when the last time he's been in Vegas.
Here waiting for Justin to come.
I was chilling.
Where are you, Justin?
For 15 minutes. Making songs up, waiting for Justin to come. I was like, where are you, dude? And he's all like, I don't know where I am.
Right. Is he coming out that way?
I don't know. This is just me bored looking at both ways. Like, I was like getting my phone ready to be like, all right, he's gonna come. He's gonna come. And this was me waiting like 20 minutes later. This is like, 1 hour later. And finally he tells me that, oh, I'm at this entrance. He actually went to a different terminal's baggage claim because he didn't have baggage to claim. And so we miscommunicated and we were like in different terminals that's not walking distance. So I had to get onto a bus and go find him in a different space. And so here it is.
Find him? Did I finally find him?
This was the moment I met Justin.
It took forever. What?
All right.
No, man. All right, let's do it.
There it is. That was me meeting Justin for the first time in Vegas. But here's the cool thing is that they had a registration for CES in the airport. So you could scan your CES. And so I got my badge at the airport printed, and then I didn't have to go check it anywhere else, which is freaking cool. So this was it. This was my badge that I got, and they made us submit a picture. That's my Kongs R Us. I do have an LLC for it. Digital content creator. This was actually, I found out, one of the more rarer badges that they distribute because they have a lot of industry badges that are given out for people in the industry, and you can get guest badges, but there's not a lot of people that have the digital content creator badges. As I was looking at the thousands of attendees, I don't think I saw, maybe one other person with the digital content creator badge. I saw tons of people with industry badge still taking videos and pictures and doing all this sorts of things. Have no idea what they're going to do with those videos, but I thought this was special. So this badge is like special, that like, hey, my channel was recognized enough to get a free badge at CES. I thought it was pretty cool. So like, that was really exciting. I took a picture of that. Be in it, right? I know they should have just changed it to actually have my name. You do. Justin was totally hanging out with Cool Toy. Yeah, just in it. Ah, those are fun plays on words. Yes. Okay, so that's the badge that I had. That was me and Justin. And oh, I'm going too fast. So it was late night.
It
We
is
got
late
in.
Vegas.
The first thing we went
and we
to.
are getting some Shake Shack.
This is the
There
only
he
thing.
is. Let's go.
The only thing that was open for us to eat at was a Shake Shack. So we went to Shake Shack, got this amazing looking Shake Shack burger. Let me know in the chat if you have a favorite burger place. Like, what are some places that are marquee for you that you really like to check out? Like, let me know if you've had Shake Shack, because I thought this was fantastic. I've had Shake Shack, locally in Los Angeles, but I know that it was originally East Coast. This version of a Shake Shack burger is unique to Vegas because it's part of the Las Vegas Nights promotion. So I forget the name of this version of the burger, but it was delicious. You can see the fat raw onions that are there. Totally made out with Justin because, we were stanky breath and all. No, I'm just kidding, since we didn't really mind the raw onions. But yeah, Shake Shack is crack. It looks really good, so you hate the scraggly burgers like Shake Shack. Yeah, but look at the patty is so crispy. It's really good. Lamb sauce. All right, you love Gallagher's in New York, New York. Used to go to Five Guys, but it gets way too expensive. You know what? Five Guys is good, but it is very expensive. It's like $10 for a burger. But yeah, the thing about Shake Shack, the uniqueness is look how crispy and fried those patties are. So yeah, that's the good thing. So that was Shake Shack.
Justin and I just snuck into
We also found an arcade.
Excalibur Arcade.
Yeah.
Ba-bump. Oh, you are a naughty boy. We were so bad.
Yeah, this was at like, yeah, it was super late, and we were just like, hey, let's go check out the arcade in Excalibur. And obviously, you take the elevator there, you get here. And as soon as this happened, there was like two security guards that came walking by, and we are just like, oh yeah, we're just checking out the fun dungeon. We wanted to see what time it opens, and they're like, yeah, sure, get behind the line. So talk about naughty bad boy, sneaky. That's what I'm saying, right? He's sneaky. Yeah. Sneaky. You went to the Shake Shack at City Field. Yep. You two need to get a room. We're sneaking all over the place to find some good stuff. So yeah, that was the fun dungeon. We actually didn't get to check out many of the arcades, but we finally, next day, Friday morning, like I was mentioning, this was Thursday night. Friday morning, we're like, all right, let's get to the convention center. After we planned out our morning, we got to hang out for a little bit with Ryan from Castlemania Games, who you've heard Justin mention on his channel before. And after we got some coffee, we're like, all right, let's head out. So they have shuttle stops across entire Vegas. And look at this line to get into a bus to get to the Las Vegas Convention Center. I had no idea the size and scope of CES. When people ask me like, oh, how is it? The very first word I always say was that it was overwhelming, that it was just crazy how this convention overtakes the entire strip. Every hotel has something CES related at it. In fact, there was another convention happening at the same time. Put into chat if you know the other adult convention that's happening at the same time as CES. So it's very, very busy to walk around the strip and get anywhere. And this line shows how crazy the freaking bus line was to get to CES. It wasn't that bad. It only took about 20-30 minutes to get to the front, but that was the CES line.
Wow.
But this was all right. Finally, once we get in, this is the first cool thing that I saw at CES. So we're getting into kind of looking at stuff. I didn't take a ton of B-roll like about the whole experience. I just started like pulling out my camera and started pictures of really good things. Everybody knows what's going on. The AVN Awards. How do you guys know what's happening here, huh? Angelo definitely knows. Yeah. Dude, Fox, that would have been really fun to have you there. I think we definitely need to do another Vegas trap. Dude, Console Fanboy says you just registered for the E3. Should register too. Nice. I definitely will. Okay, they released the numbers for CES. 117,000 people. Yeah, that's awesome to get to know. The monitor looks crispy. So yeah, this This was probably one of the coolest things that I saw. It's LG's transparent OLED TV. And so the way that it works is just going through this, you can see it. It actually plays, and then there's a screen that makes it solid, and then it drops on the back, and then it becomes transparent.
This is the new OLED transparent OLED.
Yeah.
They're just going through a history of
There it is.
one.
Yeah, look at that.
OLED.
I have no idea what the functionality of a transparent TV would be, but it's
I have no
just
idea what the purpose of this would be. It looks holographic.
I'm saying it.
What is the purpose of a transparent TV? Yeah. Thank you. All right, there it is. Innovation Award 2023. Oh my goodness. That is freaking cool. OLED transparent TV. There it is.
Yeah, so I started talking to the guy. I was like, all right, besides it just being kind of art, there's zero functionality of a transparent TV, right? Like, and maybe you're trying to make it holographic. I was asking like, oh, what would it be like to play retro video games or modern video games on this? And like, I don't know. But the only downside about this, even though this is really cool, it's only 1080p. So it's OLED, but it's 1080p, which is kind of weird, right? So that's the technology. Shop displays, display windows. All right, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Yeah. Dude, getting closer to Minority Report. Yeah. Oh, what an Arcade1Up with an OLED transparent screen. That would be fun. All right, really cool for signage and interactive displays, an HUD, a HUD, screen using for MK4. Or yeah, advertisements like Ready Player One, where it's just like, oh, here's the really cool advertisement, makes it look like it's floating. All right, C-SPAN can be transparent, cooler doors. All right, so you guys are coming up with some pretty good functionality because I couldn't think of it at the time. I was like, what is it going to be? So this is just more pictures of the TV. All right, let me turn this down. This is just more of their 8K TVs looking around. That display there is a wireless OLED TV. So essentially the box that has all the components that you plug in are separated from the TV itself. So that just plugs in for power. So that was kind of a cool innovation that I saw there. It's better than a TN monitor, right? Absolutely. Anything's better than a TN monitor.
So this is a wireless OLED TV.
There it is.
Completely on its stand right here. And oh my goodness, yeah, there are no other wires besides the plug-in. So it's looking pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
We're at the gaming TV area at LG. They have so much innovation. Look at these fight sticks, but that's not what's cool. This is a TV that can actually curve and go to flat. So right now, it's in a curvature mode where the TV is bending at this curved angle. But then check this out, it can go flat too. It's going back to standard flat screen. While I was playing the game, you couldn't really tell, but you know, if you want that immersive experience, you could actually change it from 1080 or whatever it is, the curvature. That's pretty damn cool. Look at this innovation there, bending the TV.
We have
that's pretty damn cool.
We have bending TVs now. So I don't think I ever got into the curved monitor trend and craze. Like I didn't really see the benefit of seeing it as immersive, but I do like options and I like Transformers. And so I thought this was pretty cool and unique, right? It's just MG is like, that's pointless, right? Like maybe it's cool, maybe it's not, just the fact they can do it. I don't think there was price points for any of these things, but I was like, all right, if you want to have a flat screen or curve, you can now bend your screen in real time and you can play it. Like I was literally playing the game. I was playing Tekken against Justin while he was using the control button and pressing it to go back and forth, and I couldn't even tell the difference while I was playing. So I don't even know what the purpose would be of it. True. So do that 100 times, it could possibly go wrong. You understand curved screens or you don't. All right, NVIDIA has a wireless display card about 10 years ago. There's 5 antennas on it, still had signal loss from the frame loss. Yeah, gaming monitors, I've never been super into, so I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool.
All right, this
so
is the OLED Flex that I was just talking
that's what
about.
It's called, the Flex
TV. This is the
the coolest thing about the TV, honestly, is like who looks at the back of your TV monitors, and they have LEDs on the back of it. So if you like the look of it, I think the backside looks pretty cool. Yeah, so I think that was the coolest thing, was just the LEDs on the backside.
Is this stock? Wow, so this is the backside
It
of
looks
the, it
like a
looks like a
PS5.
video game console. So
Yeah.
even the back of your TV looks pretty damn cool. It's lit up. It actually bends on the backside and can make it flat or change it to flat screen. This is pretty damn cool. I love this. Look at these guys that are playing some Tekken on the side. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, part of me now, like reflecting back, I'm saying it's pretty sweet, it's pretty cool. You are overwhelmed when you're there looking at new stuff. So anything that's shiny and new that I've never seen before, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. And now that I'm reflecting back on it, I'm like, what is the point of some of these things? But maybe it's because like they're just looking for new ways to be really innovative and do things, right? LEDs make everything better. It's for that halo effect. Ooh, you have maybe light up the wall behind a TV in different colors. That's true. It could do that as well. Jason has an OLED, a QD OLED. That's very cool. Ridge Racer screen. It's looking good, but that curved screen, not so much. So yeah, it's giving you options. So that we spent some time at the
Now,
LG
for those
booth.
that are into PC gaming, this is another gaming monitor, the world's first 240 hertz OLED gaming monitor. Looking pretty slick there, very clean. Look at the backside of their monitors too. If you really like, gaming setups that are lit up, this is just really cool intervention. They have 3 different machines here for the gamers. Looking really fun. Check it out. This is the gaming section of the LG booth. I love the Flex TV. Hashtag gaming TV. Might have to do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I was just there saying some B-roll stuff that I wanted to. All right, let's see what else we saw. I think these are just some extra B-roll of some other areas within the LG. The LG booth was so massive and huge. They had so many things happening going on. Yeah, it was impressive. Like this was just a monitor called the Gram. They had some hover gyms. They had some exercise things going on. This is a whole sustainable section of the whole area.
Trouble sleeping? You got the new Grid Z that's going to help you intelligently sleep better. You plug these into your ear and it's going to brain wavely magic keep you in your best sleep index. So that's pretty dang cool. Lots of innovation here at the CES LG booth. Let's Graham.
Yeah, it was my first CES, my first booth that I ever experienced. So I'm just like, oh, let's talk about this. Oh, let's talk about that. So it got like pretty quickly like, hey, let's check out everything. So I mean, the LG booth just goes on and on and on. Oh, and then we ran into the Shark Tank lady. So this is Rolo, and that's again the biggest celebrity we maybe saw was the Shark Tank lady at Rolo's, and then we're hanging out. Oh, we saw Roland. This is a really fun booth. We saw a lot of music happening. So here, we're gonna get to some arcade related content right now. You ready? You ready for some arcade related content?
Alright, Justin's gonna try out the drums right here. But look about, it's an Arcade1Up machine.
Yes.
That has been reskinned as a Roland Zen Beats. This was absolutely an MK2, some sort of legacy design that has been reskinned, redesigned. Look at that riser there. We recognize that. Zen Beats. Let's get it.
Look at this. This was so funny. As soon as we saw it, I don't think anybody else like noticed or cared, but me and Justin were like, it's an MK2 legacy that they completely turned into like a custom arcade DJ thingy. So DJ Hero maybe could come out. But yeah, there's no Arcade1Up branding on it. I thought this was super silly and super funny. I didn't even know how to use the beat system. Like they couldn't really get. Oh, it's Capcom legacy because of the yellow T-molding. Good call. Good call. 19K Fox knows. It's a BOE monitor. I think they just took out the monitor completely. I don't even think they used the stock monitor because I think it's a touch screen. I think I was able to touch screen, move some things around. But like, yeah, it's the Capcom legacy news. I'm sorry, I didn't have the Capcom legacy, so I was like MK2 Capcom legacy. Didn't say I was right, but it's a legacy design cabinet, right? And there it is. Zen Beats has a riser completely. They didn't light up the marquee. Shame, shame, shame. But this was absolutely an Arcade1Up design fun. It does look sick. It's the best Arcade1Up that was at CES. It's the only Arcade1Up that was on the CES booth floor. So that is absolutely correct. You could say that this is the best Arcade1Up that was at CES physically. But wait, there's more. This wasn't the only one. This wasn't the only Zen Beats one. Oh yeah, definitely Coinless Operation. Fox knows. They had, Justin was jamming. He was
All right,
jamming.
this is the Roland Zen Beats. I love that this isn't an Arcade1Up form factor. Yes,
Yeah.
this is not.
Look at this.
Here is
I
the
found another
other
one.
Roland Arcade1Up cabinet here. Just reskin. I just love how other factors are now using this form factor for whatever it is. This is a touchscreen custom thing that they built into here. And yeah, if you want a touchscreen monitor, it could totally be done. This is a 17-inch touchscreen that has been set up with DJ software. Oh my goodness, I don't know if this thing actually lights up or does anything too, but this is an LED panel. I don't know what it does, but it looks pretty cool.
I had zero idea what these cabinets did. I didn't like Roland is a musical company, obviously, and they like produce studio equipment, but it wasn't for me. I wonder, like, hey, this would be cool just to showcase it inside of an arcade cabinet. Like, I maybe this is in their offices. And they're like, look, you can make beats while you're standing at an arcade machine. And somebody was inspired by Beat Mania or something. But yeah, maybe they were on clearance and they're like, hey, this is just banger, and we can just make it look like an arcade while you play your music. Like I didn't hear great speakers coming out of them, so there wasn't like great musical interfaces or devices happening out of these. It's just like a fun showcase piece. So it was something. It was the first Arcade1Up product ish that we saw at CES. We just kind of laughed and we're like, when we talked to the Roland people, it was like, oh, did you know that this is an Arcade1Up? They're like, oh, I had no idea. We just skinned it this way and it looked pretty freaking cool, right? But yeah, it is weird. That was kind of a fun little thing that we saw. Uh, great speakers in the Arcade1Up. Yeah, I don't even know what the speakers. Oh yeah, could it have been washed out? Yeah, who knows? Okay. All right. All right. Needs a coin door, right? For sure. Roland Deluxe cabinets, all riserless designs for Roland. We'll look for that at CES next year. All right. So we're going to move on. That was a fancy piano that was being played. That was outside of the LG booth. I mean, walking in was just super immersive, which is really cool. This was just impressive to walk through and see that entire display. So LG always bringing some crazy fancy display. That was the LG display. That's what it looked like when you're walking in to the whole booth. I got some B-roll pictures of me with the transparent screen. And all right,
Talk
now
about being plugged in. This is the future. Lots Group, Caliverse. Very cool.
I thought this was just super funny. Like, it's just a booth of people in their VR machines playing. And these look like just Quest 2s that people are using, or maybe it's branded as a Kali lot, but like everybody was waiting in line to just do VR. And I think if you saw the background of what they're doing, they're just sitting in an office space walking around. So, people testing out VR for the first time, maybe it's cool, but yeah, give vibes of a VR cult, right? Hand out some Red Bulls. This is the future. Like, I don't know. I thought it was really funny on the outside looking in. I was like, Justin, you want to wait in line? He was like, nah, I'm good. I got a Quest at home. I can test this out anytime. All right. So then we finally got to the Stern booth. We walked around. Stern booth was actually in the same central hall that we were at. And immediately James Bond 007 is there. Guess who I see at the number 2 score? The Rexer show is there and, is putting up crazy high scores. So I was like, all right, I have somebody I'm going to try to catch. James Bond Pinball was there. And so we spent the next, I want to say, hour or so just chilling at the Stern booth.
We are at the Stern Pinball booth here with lots of different versions. Like who is number 2 on the board. So we're at the Stern Pinball.
Yes.
Here's a James Bond Premium. This is the first time playing this. Differences here. You got the James Bond that has the little figure there for jetpack mode, and the tower. Those are the main 2 differences I see physically on the table.
Yeah, so they had 10 total machines there. There was 3 premium James Bonds, 2 pros, and then they had a Mando, a Jurassic Park, a Star Wars Pro, a Godzilla, and a Rush. Those were like the different versions of games that they had there. So it was a pretty decent selection. The really cool thing about once you do Insider Connected and you have your account is that when there's events, like this happened when I went to San Diego Comic-Con, they can set up the QR codes to post high scores onto the events board, which they did. So the rest of the weekend, as soon as I started seeing that, I was like, ooh, really makes me want to try to see if I can get my name on the board. So the whole weekend I was trying out different games, and I'll tell you this much: CES folks are not pinball players, because the scores that were on there, the top 10 scores, were super low, and I was able to get on some boards without trying too hard. I'm not great at pinball by any means, but I'm decent enough to like post a high score once in a while. And so I got into, I think out of the 5 leaderboards that were there, I think I got onto 3 or 4 of them at some decent high rates. So wasn't too bad. Like, best booth ever was Stern. Stern definitely saved the show in terms of like experience wise, because we got to see a lot of different things. Like, we did a live stream at the booth, was talking to some people. I got to meet Roper Fuentes. He was an exhibitor. He was like really cool, talking about the different Stern machines that were there too. And then this guy Patrick. So Patrick is one of the lead service engineers for Stern Pinball, and so as people were asking questions about these modern Sterns, right, then he was like opening it up and showing the backside and pulling it up and saying, these are how modern Stern pinball machines work. So they were fully vested in showcasing the technology in these new pinball machines. So it wasn't really until about 3 years ago that I rediscovered that there's modern versions of pinball that don't require dings and dongs and tons of maintenance. The modern Sterns that have come out have really come a long way, even in terms of maintenance. I asked Patrick, who actually does a lot of the servicing and maintenance, saying, hey, like, what's the biggest thing you have to do with modern pins? And he's like, just cleaning them and waxing the playfield and just keeping it clean. Most everything, like, is built to last. I don't know. I've had my Star Wars Pro for a little while. I haven't had to do much stuff, but yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Yes, I didn't even finish the last pinball tournament. It was intense. The Stern 007 pinball tournament. I couldn't last the whole day because they went all the way to super night, and I ended up getting like 5th place. Look at this. That's the inside of a Stern Pro machine. Look at all those node birds and things. So that's what the inside guts of a Stern pinball machine looks like. So it's pretty cool to see it up and running. And then I was just walking around seeing what else they had there. They had some cool 3D Axis things. This guy was very busy testing it out. He didn't answer any of my questions, but I mean, the gaming section had some pretty cool rigs like this. There was some...
This is some of the newest tech that I've seen. It's
holographic
humans.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It doesn't look as cool in video, so like I needed to change the frame rate of my video capture, because those are just the fans spinning. So it looked cooler in person than it did what you see in the video. I think I have some future later video that shows it a little bit clearer, but that was pretty cool to see the holographic stuff. That is cool. All right, so let's check out what else was there. This was the My Arcade booth. Yeah, so My Arcade had the Atari a license thing that's coming out, and I don't think I've done too much console content on my channel, but Atari is never one that I really connected with, because I never had one growing up. It was just slightly past my prime of getting an Atari console, so all of these games are definitely not in my wheelhouse. Contra, yes, and some other things from My Arcade, but I didn't spend too much time in this booth, but it was cool to see what they had there. I think that Atari booth, the My Arcade Atari, is only $100. So for 2 sticks, a console, it's almost like a like the NES Mini or something like that. It's almost like an Atari Mini version that has all those different games. The LED sticks light up. So for $100, I think is actually a pretty good deal. It's almost right in line with the mini series of other consoles that have come out. I think the Rexer Show did some decent content on it too. I helped him actually, funny enough, funny story. He was doing a live stream there, and when I ran into him, he was like, hey, can you help me be my cameraman? And I was like, sure. And so I was helping out with the gimbal side of things. So I met Rex there and was helping him out. So if you want to see content on My Arcade, definitely check out the Rexer Show there. You've owned all the Atari consoles growing up, except the new camp. Atari is for boomers. Yes. So those are some of the things that were at the My Arcade booth. They just had a lot of, I just say, really cool desk shit. Wasn't anything that if I wanted to get a replicate or something, I'd probably go that route rather than these, because they look cool, the Contra arcade, but it's desk shit more than anything. So there is My Arcade there. Back
at
to the Stern booth.
Pinball booth, and here he is here.
Oh, check who that is.
Stern himself.
Yes, and say. We can ask him.
So that was cool. I ran into Gary Stern from Stern Pinball, like the guy that started Stern Pinball. And so he was talking to folks, and like I didn't want to bug him too much. But if you saw in the thumbnail, I got to say hello and was like, "Hey, do you mind taking a photo?" There it is. So yeah, that's me with Gary Stern there and Seth Davis, who is now the current CEO of Stern Pinball Machines. So yeah, it was just cool to take a picture with the legend and icon. I thought this was pretty cool. So, you know, when you see people in the industry that you respect and it's always like a little fanboy moment where you're like, "Hi, can I ask for a picture?" And they're like, "Sure." And they're like, "No problem." And they had one of these Stern employees help take it for me. So it was great. It was a great fun opportunity. But there it is. Me hanging out with Gary Stern and Seth Davis. Woohoo. That was awesome. So they were really nice. So as soon as they did this, they went off and did their tour things. But yeah, that was pretty fun. A couple pictures of Stern. Oh yeah. All right, so we change gears a little bit. All right. Oh, that's a great picture. Thanks, Vista. Okay, so look at Justin's face here. So about as before it gets to the Arcade1Up booth time, we start exploring the Venetian version of the hall. So now at this time, we had taken a bus to the Venetian to be able to check out the expo booth there before we got to the Arcade1Up hall. So wrong convention. We visit ABN. What is he doing to that machine? No, Justin being vibrated. So this whole section of CES is now about home health, and so this is an exercise machine that jiggles you and it helps activate your core. So
All right,
listen
here
to
I
her.
am with Angela, and we are here, Angela Drake. And what are you dancing on?
I'm dancing on a Dr. Fuji vibration plate. We're here at CES in Las Vegas.
There it is,
Vibration
very
plate.
cool. She's doing moves. You can salsa, you can hula. I was jumping on this. I saw my other buddy over there, Justin, on something. He's dancing as well. Dr. Fuji is here as well, showing it off.
That's
This
the
is where it's
inventor,
at here
guys.
at CES 2023. Body shaper, you have various models. This is the dance move right here. This is where CES is going. This is where dance moves were happening. This is where it's going down, right at CES right there. All right, thank you guys so much. Check it out, the vibration plate from Dr. Fuji. Super fun. You can dance on it, work on your core. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, she was fun. She was really like, "Hey, let me show you all these moves and things." But yeah, this would be in all the Vegas hotels next to the vibrating breads. Standing vibrator writes itself. But yeah, they're like, "Hey, you want to buy one? You sell it." And so, dude, Justin and Angelo.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
And there's Angelo. There's Angelo.
Oh my
Angelo
goodness,
P
too
was
much
here.
fun.
All right, that was pretty fun to see what's going on. Okay, all right, so we also in this hall. Okay, this is a funny but sad story. So booth 54,672. This is the Unico booth that was supposed to be here at CES, and when we got there, oh yeah, she had a lot of energy. Oh no, this is sad. So I was laughing because this is the Unico booth that was in the digital supply chain, scientific feeding, health services area. They put an arcade booth at the Unico. Like this was supposed to be them, but they didn't make it. And so I was like, "Where is Unico? What's going on?" That was their booth
All right,
number.
Angelo, Justin, we found a Unico booth here at CES 2022. It's the 54,672, and I don't think they made it to CES 2023. Disappeared act, best disappearing act of 2023.
Yeah,
we were at OSIM.
All
All right, Angelo, just
all right, so it was supposed to be a little bit of a joke, right? And then Angel figures out what happened. And so I hope he's feeling better. But Jay Mason, the person who was supposed to be at Unico, we found out later that he told Justin he had a health emergency and was flying to Vegas and had to go to the hospital and could not make it to CES. They had already invested the money to go there. They just couldn't be there, obviously. So hope your health is good. I'm sorry that, we felt bad, or I felt bad at the time thinking about it. But yeah, that's what happened with Unico. They weren't there, unfortunately. They had some health issues. They couldn't get there. But yeah. Yeah, you could say it's the IRK booth. That guy in the back there is facing the wall. So strange. Yeah, he was just napping. He's like, dude, somebody paid $5,000 for this booth, and it's now a place to nap. So that's what happened to Unico. All right, but here we talked about massage chairs. This was the next best thing that
we
we
were at
saw.
OSIM. Is that how you pronounce it? Yes?
OSIM?
OSIM?
Yeah.
All right, we are at the world's first and only massage gaming chair here. It actually has rollers that are coming out the back here. A couple of different design things there. There is a huge line to test it out though, but I hear it is very comfortable. I did not hear that it actually makes you a better gamer, but it does look beautiful and it has some options there. You know me, I love some gaming chairs. There it is, beautiful purple, some orange design elements. Is it really comfortable? On a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable is this chair? 10. 10. Not an 11? No,
She's selling.
Will you let me try it? Oh, I can try it? Oh, I don't want to skip the line though. There's a lot of people. That's okay. Okay. Oh,
So like at this point, I was just making a video to showcase like, hey, I have a digital content creator badge. Maybe they'll start like letting me cut the line and go to these different places and things. Because people were trying to figure out the other massage chair. So I was just like, oh, maybe they'll just let me cut in and jump in. And so she's like, oh no, you can sit down. So I didn't feel as special. So here it is, the OSIM gaming chair. I talked at the beginning of the stream that like I've been obsessed with gaming chairs. This was like the best thing that was going on. So I'm gonna skip ahead. This is me inside of the gaming chair.
the first one she did was the buttocks massage. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah, so the rollers go all the way up on your butt. It's like way down there. It was like grinding in, dude. Those actually look pretty good. Does it support 2 people? Does it vibrate? Nah, it's just for 1. It feels very great going down there. Okay, so
Starting with my hand to see if I can.
So she's not replaced yet.
She's not.
Okay, good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
all right, so that's a big long video. Maybe I'll cut it up and do a slice. But I really like the chair. It cost, I think retail was $1,200 though, so it was expensive. But I mean, $900 was the sale price. But the big selling point is that it like looks decent as a gaming chair, but also has really good massage arms for you too. So I don't know, maybe it's gonna like break eventually. Who knows? But I was intrigued, not enough to buy one, but there it is. And then Justin got into one too. There's Justin testing it out.
I know I just did a review on another gaming chair, but I might have to do a review on another chair pretty soon. Okay, yay.
I was trying to make some contacts to see if she would send me a chair. Does it have a chance, Vince? Yeah, you know, throw it the big. No, I was just trying to get in there and be like, 1,200 better come with the B for that price. No, it was fun. And so at this point in time, this is right before we got to the 1UP room. I was carrying around my backpack that was literally 25 to 30 pounds all day long. So my back was killing me. So I think that also contributed to how good this felt, but it was a good massage. Now I'm just sleeping. Look at my tub, just hanging out. Oh yeah. Angela's a good cupman.
Good.
We're just chilling. We're just chilling. All right. Justin looking really good. All right. Here we go.
All the other places have signs.
We made it to the Arcade1Up booth. Okay, so we're gonna get to the Arcade1Up section now. All right, so Arcade1Up was in a secret suite at the Venetian, and if you see, there's signs that have like, "Hey, this is part of CES. This room is for this booth." So I think officially, unofficially, Arcade1Up was there. Like, I don't think they were on the official CES program at all, but people wanted to see them, so they got a suite at the Venetian where many other companies might have had suites and things too. So that was kind of fun. So yeah, so once we got into the booth, they were in the middle of a business meeting. So eventually we got in, and here is some pictures immediately of the cab. I think it took a lot of B-roll photos of things already. I think the marquee looks really good. So this is the Arcade1Up section of the stream. I took a lot of B-roll pictures of everything right before ahead of time. The monitor, like I'm saying, like it doesn't look good in pictures and video, but in person it looks okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Like it looks quote unquote crisper than the TN monitors, but I couldn't like say definitively. And it's hard because here's the thing about monitors in general. It's hard to see it when it's alone without a comparison to something else. Like if you're at home and you have your classic line from last year and you compare it to the IPS next to it, it's easy to tell. But when you're only looking at the TN monitor, like when I was at the NBA Shack Jam event, and it's the only screen that was there. Well, they had other screens that were there too. Like it's hard to tell the difference. So yeah, the washout looks bad in pictures and videos, but it looked okay in person. It's all like, it's hard to tell. So I'm hoping that John was right and Cyrus was right, that eventually that they were making it an IPS monitor. So let's see what debaucheries are happening here. Crisp, rice, crispy, right? So that's the backside. There was this weird dowel or like solid place in the middle of the hole too when we stuck our finger inside. So it's an interesting weird design there. But there's the Pac-Man cab that you see there. The design of everything looks pretty crisp and clean. I sent all these pictures to
Have you guys actually played Blitz?
yeah. So this is all just B-roll now of all the different cabinets. So you can see just more video.
I'm so competitive. You don't want to be on my team because I'm a yeller. I'm like, David, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, so this is all just B-roll of all the different cabinets. So eventually I was gonna splice this together. I probably will just do a quick little splice. Look at the look at the screw cap covers. They look like bumps and biggers, but they're actually pretty decent quality. The Class of 81 looks good. The black should be black with no haze to it. The marquee for Class of 81 look really good. Do you guys even game? Yeah. Did you ask consent before the finger? Yeah.
Welcome to the 1UP Weekly. Yeah.
I think I didn't intend for this audio to be shown. This is all meant to be B-roll, so I actually don't even know what I'm supposed to be saying right now. I think what happened was I was talking and then Justin was making fun of my voice and was like, "Hi, this is B from the next level, and these are the monitors." And then so I was just messing around. Oh, and there's Justin on the piano. There's some more B-roll of Galaga. Ooh, I like this acronym here. CRISP stands for Consumer Reduction IPS Screen Program. That's a good one, Sir Sega. Use that on other shows too. The screw cap covers look like warts. You know what? Like now that like the bumpiness on the yellow ones, yeah, they were way more bumpy and noticeable on the yellow cap. I think the integration into the Class of 81 was a little bit better for sure than the Pac-Man one, because they definitely felt like warts when they looked at them. So those are the screw cap covers. Yeah, now that you mention it, they do kind of like pop out a lot. I was trying to get a really good look. Look how clean that marquee is. It's really good. I was trying to get really close up to the marquee. It looks pretty good on that side. So there's the side panel. See, look at the integration. Look, they have screw cap covers for the different colors of Pac-Man. So I mean, I thought that was really good in terms of the integration. There's I think only one. Yeah, there's one that was black. That was the only one.
Bright colors.
If the whole point is to not interrupt the artwork, don't interrupt the artwork by trying to fix it.
Yeah, except there's just one that's like halfway in between.
Prototype, that one will be fixed. It probably is going to be either all yellow
or all just to like just not have it be black.
Yeah, it'll be close.
Yeah, so Cyrus is explaining again. That one probably will be better to be. It's almost like all yellow.
Yeah.
So that one right there, probably I think that was gonna look better being all yellow because it's kind of like right in the middle. So I don't know. Maybe they can play around with that, but that's what it is. Yeah, it does definitely look pretty sweet. Yes, first mod is half and half caps. Maybe a half and half cap would look pretty good. Oh, these are some of the countercades that were available. I don't think I've ever seen the one-player counterplates in this form factor, so I thought that was pretty cool. There's Xavier, my good buddy from middle school, playing, and then I was getting close. But then as he was playing, it wasn't until later I was taking some B-roll of all the different games that are there until we realized how loud these things got. So this is a Class of 81 playlist that you see here.
Oh, yeah. And he's just going to break two of the game tables simultaneously.
Yeah, should make coin doors, new screw covers available on the way. Oh, I would love that. And man, if they make screw covers for everything else, that would be great. Look how loud this is. The audio on these cabs are like so freaking legit. It was really good.
So this volume is at full blast on the Arcade1Up new deluxe cab. These speakers are freaking loud and they sound really crisp. The really good highs, nice lows. This is part of the deluxe cab sound. It's super loud. Nice improved speakers at the very least.
I think this was probably the most impressive thing that I saw out of the new cab design. The marquee was better. The sound blew me away in terms of how good it sounded. Like it got really loud, too loud. Your wife would kill you, right? Hashtag get loud. Yeah, it sounded really, really good. It was really, really nice. And I think it's because of a couple of things. I think it's the speakers that are pointing down into that recessed monitor cabinet just really made the whole thing echo and really make it really, really bouncing. So that was really, really cool. It's annoying demo on a 90s game. But yeah, Class of 81 was the same 12 games as the original Class of 81. So it's going to be the exact same thing. Speaker placement definitely helps the sound for sure. Yeah, it was really impressive. So same thing for the Pac-Man cabinet. It just sounds good. It's the volume. Yeah. Yeah, so all of us were really impressed with the sound. That's all I gotta say about, just I don't know if it's the exact same speakers. Maybe they upgraded the speakers themselves. So yeah, I think I went to the game list earlier, and so I think the list of games is on their website too. So I gotta double check. But yeah, it's the same list of games I believe as last year's Namco Legacy and the Class of 81 cabinets. The monitors, though, so I was asking a good question. Yeah, we kind of talked about them. You can see some washout. I think, like I said, in person, they looked okay. The way that they were set up, they definitely were better than last year's TN monitor. I just can't verify if they're IPS monitors or not. They wouldn't talk about them or let us open them up. So these were prototype cabinets. So, I mean, we're trying to pry more information to see if we can get a screwdriver and open up the cabinets, but he was told not to open up the cabinets and talk about them per his bosses. So I wanted to respect that, not truly get kicked out. But yeah, the monitors, all I can say, they looked okay in person. I used the term hashtag playable, but you can see some of that washout.
This is actually one of the cooler things. Since the speakers are coming
and the
from
lights
bottom
were on
here,
too.
it's filling this whole area with the.
Yeah, so that's just some more.
So the speakers are coming from the top here, and it's really shooting down, filling up this entire cavity of space.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to take more pictures that angle. Like, look at that. You can totally see the washout there. But I hope this isn't the final product because you can kind of tell. Look at that. Look at that screen washout. But nobody's looking at this from that angle. But there's definite washout, like 100% on these versions of the cabinet. Whatever was in the prototype with the lighting that you saw there. These are. I'm trying to go with like. I'm trying to do some side-to-side panning so you can see how much it washes out from like a top-down angle, but you can see the lighting there is a little bit weird. It's got to be BOE. You'll buy the mess pack. The screens are fine. It's just hard. Like I hate how like videos don't capture it well because it really are. Those are Arcade screens. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so it could be a TN monitor, could be a better one. It's just not washing out as bad as the other ones that you can see. So those are the pictures. That's the IGT. Oh, that's us taking pictures there. I think that was it. I think. All right. Is this the next day? I think that this is the next day. All right. Okay. So yeah, we've been going for an hour now. I'm just going to roll through the rest of my footage that we had. So that was pretty much all of the things that were at the Arcade1Up booth. Let me know if you have any other questions. It's not washout. It's a crap contrast of the IPS. That's a good point, MG. You said, so you think they actually use better speakers too, or just because the speaker grills, they sounded way better? I don't know. I don't know if the speaker quality themselves are better or if it's just the placement of them plus that echo chamber of how it just really worked. But I mean, the sound it felt optimized. So I don't know what they were using for it, but it sounded better ultimately. These still sell for 75% of the original cost around here. Gonna upgrade 2 of your cabs. Very cool. All right, so I'm gonna quickly just run through the rest of CES. The Samsung booth was next. Was not that impressive. This was kind of cool. This was like a little Samsung, like if you sync up your glasses, you can tell you if you're driving purposely. There wasn't a big section for Samsung TVs. I was actually kind of disappointed in the Samsung booth. But going back to massage chairs, look what we found. We found more massage chairs. And man, this is the one that Justin really liked. This was the Human Touch the chair, and these were freaking awesome. Yeah. So going back to some questions, MK2 Deluxe there. It was not there. They said it was a better monitor speaker. The amp is what makes it sound better. Absolutely. So I think all the sound things contributed to that. I agree on the amp side of things. Yeah, but sadly, MK2 was not there. And it's weird how Cyrus was denying that it was in existence. There was already a formal Arcade1Up communication that went out that same day or prior about the announcement that had a picture of the MK2 in it. So maybe he hadn't seen that marketing collateral. And so he just wasn't sure what he can promote and talk about. The Samsung booth had the new QLEDs. Those screens are incredible. Maybe I just was missing it. Yeah, maybe I just wasn't looking at it. Justin was made for these chairs. Yeah, Justin was all up in it. There's my buddy Xavier. Justin got into the booth, or was getting into a chair over there. I got into this booth. I am in a Human Touch Certus pod, and it's really, really yellow. And yeah, it's doing things. We'll see how it works. Yeah, so this chair, I did not like this chair. This chair is one of those ones that like squeezes your hand and your feet and massages everything. I felt like I was getting squeezed, like the life out of me was getting squeezed. And so I could not relax to let the chair do its thing. And so the person that was watching me was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I feel like I'm being squeezed. I didn't like it." So Justin, though, was in love with this chair.
Amazing.
Yeah? I felt very like tense because I was feeling squeezed. So I couldn't relax. So Justin was talking to the guy. He was almost on the verge of potentially buying one. It's pretty expensive. It's a couple thousand, right? But he was like, if I break down the cost of massages, and Justin is a massage whore, by the way, just if you didn't know, you can tell him that I said that because he loves his massages. He's like, oh, I could get this and do it every day instead of getting a massage like once a month. And like, it could work, right? Like, yeah, dude, squeeze me. Yeah, it was intense. I didn't really like it, but yeah, you felt the same way that it was squeezing your arm too tight. Sony 4K was, yeah, it was uncomfortable. It wasn't that, it was the shoulders that was squeezing me in, and you have to relax for it to work. And I just kept tensing up. I didn't want somebody's, like, I was trying to fight the chair. Like, what if this machine wanted to just kill me and like just crush me and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna keep going, right? Like, I don't know. I don't trust it too much, but that was it. All right, some other cool things. We saw some virtual meetings. Oh, so then we finally went to the, I think this is the South Hall. And we're looking at stuff. So this is Robosen Prime. Yeah, good for the ladies. All right, yeah, so finally found the Robosen booth. We were walking around the South Hall, checking out some cool. So we made it over to the Robosen booth, and really I have one of these Robosen Primes, and this is pretty dang cool. This is a new base that lights up. Are there any features for this base at all?
I know that you can do like a charging station.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I see. So it's a charging station for the back right there. Isn't that sweet? There he is. Oh, yeah. And then we have the auto-transforming trailer. Oh, the trailer just got shipped to me, so I have a trailer coming soon. Trailer that also costs the same as a Prime. So this base is brand new. So they just revealed this. I don't think they had much information about this, but when I display my toys and other things, I love stands, especially if they're like stock. And if you look here, these buttons here, this is actually an Alexa base that will actually play music and work with your Alexa system, and then also charge your Optimus Prime and have a stand for it. Like, this is freaking cool. D's getting, you bid 75 more than you sell yours on stream. Like, yeah, dude, how much does it run? So they didn't give a price for the base, but I heard somebody in my comment section afterwards say that the base alone was going to be stupid expensive. It was going to be $600 for a freaking base. Like, the Optimus Prime is already dumb stupid. It's $800 for the Prime, it's $800 for the trailer, and it's like $600 for this base. So all in all, this is a stupid, ridiculous product in terms of a ridiculous price point, but you can't deny how freaking cool this is. So, I mean, it's so expensive. I already have the Prime. I have it over here, but it's sitting in its box. I don't even have it displayed because if you saw in that previous video, when it's like loose and it's not turned on, it just sits down and it doesn't look good not displayed at all. So at least on the stand, you can display it and have it in its like full Autobot glory. I just bought the trailer that got shipped out, I think last week. And so I'll probably open that and play with it. It's a freaking $800 trailer that's useless. It's just a really fancy party trick more than anything. But yeah, it's play Transformers the movie soundtrack, exactly what you're gonna do with this. But yeah, I thought the base was really cool. So it lights up. it actually, when you have it on there, it actually can move too while it's on the stand. So it's turned on and plugged in, and it can do poses while it's on the stand. So I think that was really cool. She was having issues with like figuring that stuff out. I liked her Robosen jacket more than anything too. I was like, that's a pretty badass Robosen jacket.
I'm at the
So that's it. This was their Robosen booth. Pretty cool. I mean, CES is just pretty amazing to look at for everything. So there it is. There's me in the booth. That was, maybe I'll make a video about Robosen, get more thoughts on it. All right, this is cool. We made it to the south end. So we were trying in the automotive area, trying to get to the BOE booth. So BOE was in the, was it West Hall? Oh, it's the West Hall. So BOE, the monitor company, was in the West Hall. And so we passed by all this cool stuff. Look how big this Caterpillar truck is. It's huge. Justin was really like taking pictures of stuff. This was cool. This was a remote excavator. The excavator is like in Illinois, and he's using a controller to actually control a real excavator live, which I thought was pretty cool technology. Who knows if it's really doing it or not, but they said it was live excavation and they have cameras, but it makes sense that they can do construction. Yeah, so that was me with the gyno thing. This was me just doing some more B-roll to test out what's going on. We're getting to the top of the cabinets, or sorry, top of the Caterpillar. Yeah.
Our screens over here, we call them our mining matter screens. Those are all about the importance of mining in our everyday lives.
Cool, thank you, appreciate it. All right, so that's the cat booth. It's just really cool. Look how big. This is just the automotive section of CES. So this is the West Hall. Just pretty dang cool, checking out everything. And then we finally made it to the BOE booth. So I did a video, a live stream about BOE. So I had to confess and tell you a story. Because remember how I was telling you that I was running into random people that were there? So as I was walking and we're talking to this BOE booth and saying hello, I ran into somebody, and the person that I ran into was this guy. So Brandon, who works for BOE, is my brother-in-law. So we just hung out the other day, but I was like, I knew he worked for a technology LCD company. I never, like in the years we've known each other, ever asked what company he works for. And he used to work for a company called Veritronics that got bought by BOE. So he's on the like automotive like area of the BOE side of things. So that's what his specialty is. And so I was like, holy crap, dude. Like, and so it was just really fun running into him and then saying like, hey, can we do a live stream about BOE and ask you some questions? And he's like, I have no idea about these arcade monitors. I don't know what I can say or whatnot. But it was just freaking cool. But like, yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's super small world. Like I literally saw him 2 weeks ago. I didn't even think about asking him if he was going to CES or anything. It didn't cross my mind. We just had it on our list of places to go. And like, boom, I run into my brother-in-law who happens to work for BOE. And if you saw the video, I did about a 4 or 5 minute video that asked him, hey, what does BOE stand for? And it stands for Best on Earth.
Robosen
And that's what it is. And so, yeah, that was just a little fun story about BOE. He had no idea if they're in the new Arcade1Up cabinets. He says they're used in a lot of different things. But yeah, well, what, you don't know if it's the Lex hat BOE. I don't know for sure if it's BOE. Who knows? Maybe I can ask him now that I have a connection at BOE. Maybe I can go do a tour of the BOE facilities in the SoCal area and be like, hey, let's get a behind the scenes of what's happening at BOE. I don't think it'll be that exciting. I don't know. I think we all just equate BOE to quality in this community. But it was fun to talk to him and just see that there was a very, very, could probably find out. If you have questions about BOE, I know a guy. That's all I'm saying is that I know a guy. So that could be fun. So Brandon, thank you so much for, joining the stream. He was all like, I don't want to be on YouTube, but you made it on YouTube. There it is. That was fun. Thank you for the quick interview. That was cool. All right.
Robosen Robotics.
All right, this was cool.
Simulator with a very familiar wheel there, but it is self-autonomous driving. Pretty cool demo. Check it out.
So this was lame. I walked by this booth and I saw this Logitech thing. I was like, oh, can I test this out? Like, this is a Logitech controller. And they're like, no. We're just testing automated driving simulation. And they just put a sticker over the Logitech logo. And I'm like, yeah. My wife is BOE. She's in the room. She's more TS than she left. I sad that nobody trusts Chandu. You totally discount everything he said. I don't think it's that people don't trust him. It's just that he can only say so much, and we can only expect so much out of them. So I think that's not about a trust issue. It's more about kind of making sure that they're not saying anything that is inaccurate or could be misleading. So I think I still have hope that they'll improve. All things to said though, I don't know. We gotta hope that they will get better at communication. Like I said, hopefully you felt how much I was pressing Cyrus to be better at communication. But yeah, hopefully we can expect that they'll be better. The BOE tour will be factory of depressed, underpaid workers. Richard Della, that would be sad. All right. We had some fun lunch. We ate some food. That was my lunch. And then we met, I think the rest of the day, we just went back to the booth. Oh, this is an automatic AI drawer. That person was drawing pictures of people. And like, so I eventually ended up, by the end of the day, I'm number 4 on Godzilla here, but I think I ended at that 2nd place on Godzilla for the weekend, which is pretty cool. I got like 250 million. So that was pretty cool. I put some time on Godzilla. It's not a great score at all. The fact there's only 400 million on here for Godzilla was a pretty low score, but I got into the leaderboard there. I ended Godzilla. Oh, that's at number 4. I thought it was higher. Oh, Rush, I was number 7. And then what is this? Star Wars, I got to number 3. So yeah, this was where I ended my CES tour. This is us playing.
Oh, do you? Okay.
There it is. There's the hologram looking a little bit cleaner. So yeah, you just have to like change the settings. I think we're nearing the end of our CES trip. And then we went to go eat sushi. Somebody asked if we ate sushi. This was the sushi rolls that we ate. And Angelo, me, and Justin got some sushi at the end of the night. And that's pretty much it. We ended up at
Emporium.
Yeah, Emporium Arcade.
This is a really cool game called Power Excavator.
Okay, so the end of the night, this is probably like the end of the video. We ended up at this place called Emporium in Las Vegas, at this place called Area 15. They had some barcades there, but have you guys ever played this game, Power Excavator? This is pretty freaking cool. Like, check this out.
It's made by Taito. It's a dual stick analog game with pedals down there, and you are an excavator moving dirt. It's pretty fun, unique controls, and Justin's a construction worker, so it's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, and so I want to find this game and see if it can be emulated. This was such a fun game. So it's a dual stick analog game. So there's analog controllers. There's no buttons or anything. And then on the bottom, it's like tank controls where you like press forward and like you're rolling the tank, and then you control the excavator arm, and it's dual player too. Like, I want to find a way to play this.
Justin's driving an excavator. He's saying not to hit stuff. Oh my goodness, he's running into everything. Oh my goodness, don't hit anything. No.
Yeah, head-to-head power excavator game was super fun, right? The remote cat game was called Stray, right? Right next to the power washer simulator. But it was fun. And then the cool head-to-head, can I get some head-to-head?
And then you got two-player head-to-head mini games, and you're destroying the mini car. How awesome! Power Excavator by Taito. Pretty damn.
Taito, but like, yeah, like this is I feel like it's a late 90s, early 2000 game. Like, I gotta find more information about this game. I've never seen it in the arcades before. And it, like, you could play head to head and play these stupid mini games. They're like trashing cars. They're like, it was just such a fun thing.
They're making.
And then, like, I'm trying to rush through this because if I play the music more, I'm probably gonna get demonetized. I just realized that. But Power Excavator. But yeah, this is just, the controls are super fun. Yeah, Power Excavator Pro coming in 2025. You snuck a win on that challenge. There it is. Your son would freak out with the excavator. It was really, really, really fun. So there's a place in Vegas you can go to drive construction equipment. But I think that's it for the whole entire trip. That was me at the end of the trip, finally saying goodbye to Justin. I had decided to go home a little bit early. And I left in the middle of the night. So there's Justin being such a good sport. And thank you, man. It was fun. Thank you, Angelo. Thank you to all the folks that, joined the live streams that were there on site. It was just an amazing, fun time to experience CES for the very, very first time and see all the fun things that were happening. Would I do it again? I don't know. I think I would have to do some more research to see if there's things that would really call out to me, because there was so much to do and see. I felt like an aimless person looking at stuff randomly. And so I think it would be fun to go with a purpose next time. If I did, I definitely will try to do E3. And that's one of my goals for 2023 is to find more ways to bring, community events to you. So if you like this type of content, if you like me being an on-site reporter at various things, let me know if you enjoy this type of content. I think it's fun for me to go to those things and try to bring a little slice of whatever event is happening to the community. And yeah, Angelo, thanks for coming out. Good times, good food. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. And if you did, do all that good YouTube stuff, share the video, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Really close to 10,000 subs. I don't know if I'm going to do anything special for it, but it would be really cool to get there sometime this month. It would be fun. Thanks for sharing. It was fantastic. Star Wars re-release. It was supposed to happen sometime soon. There were some hints. Justin was saying that it should have came sooner, but I saw a bill of lading. There's some things that might be happening. So I would definitely be expecting that pretty soon. All right. Thanks everybody for joining. See you next time. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right, we're redirecting over to Game Time, so check them out. Let them know that Kongzilla sent you if you're still here. See you guys.